So today I am going to do a book haul. This probably isn't all of the books that I will buy in July, because technically I bought very few of these. So I still have my allowance, and it's summer, so I can buy books. I had a couple days, a couple weeks ago, went into town, bought some things, then I went to a festival, bought some other things. It was good. I bought some books. So, shall we get started? The first books that I bought were all three for only £5 because the works, and that is the Under the Never Sky trilogy, which really pretty. I'm a little bit annoyed with the spines of these, because could you not have just made this one yellow or this one a different colour? Actually, this one should have been a different colour, like green maybe, or red. If you'd have made that red and this a more orangey yellow, then it would have been fine, but it just annoyed me mildly. I have already read this series and I would give it a kind of 8 out of 10, 7, 8 out of 10. I quite liked it. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty good, and I do really like this series. I will probably reread them again at some point in my life, so there's that. I then went to Waterstones with my mother. I don't even know what that was, and because I didn't have my debit card on me because she forgot to bring it to me, she had to buy these. So the first one, these are all books that I've wanted for a really long time and just haven't got around to getting. The first one is Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I still haven't read these, and I'm really sorry because everyone's been going on and on and on and on about these, and I do have to get them in adult edition because there doesn't seem to be a young adult version in my Waterstones. So, adult covers. My mum said I had to get used to it. I don't want to get used to it. I don't want to be a grown-up, don't make me! Can you tell that I'm scared about aging? So I got this, I'm really excited to read it. I have very little idea what it's about, but I know it's a finished trilogy, but I only have the first one. I then got, again, a book I've wanted to read for ages. Unfortunately, this is an American paperback, and it does the flop, but it shattered me. And the pretty cover. It's the nice cover, not the one with her arms outstretched. That looks hideous. This is gorgeous. But I'm so excited to read this. I'm so excited. Again, I know very little about this book. And the last book is a book that I've wanted since I read the first one, and it's the second Vampire Academy book, Frostbite. I'm so excited to read this. Ah, yeah. So excited. But this isn't an American... See, this is what a softback should look like. Look. Stable. Not this crap. What's that? What is that? I then went to Aldi, and one of the books that they had in their book bin was this, which is Insignia by S.J. Kincaid. I've seen this the past couple times that I've been in, and it always caught my eye, and so I looked it up on Goodreads, and it's got a really good review. Like, usually the books in their book bin are pretty, like, crappy, and that's why they're in an Aldi book bin. But this has got like a 4.2 or something overall rating, so I picked it up, and it is a trilogy, and I haven't read it yet, but I'm gonna see what it's like, because it looks kind of interesting. I then went to a festival, and you would think, being at a 4-day festival, there would be nothing to buy, and you would be wrong. So the first thing that I bought, it's down here, was a very tiny book, teeny tiny. It's this book here. It's tiny, and it's a book of poems by a guy called Ben Norris, and I spent basically my entire weekend at Latitude in the poetry tent, so I thought it only fitting that I bought some poetry to take home with me. The second book that I bought because the author was there. I have already read 2 of her books, and I went to a discussion that she was in about dystopian YA, which I didn't enjoy that much, because I didn't feel like the discussion had a point to it. But I did get to meet her, I did get to have a little chat with her, I did get to take a photo with her, and I did get her to sign my book. So I bought Picture Me Gone by Meg Rossoff, and it's signed. Ah, yeah. So I'm quite excited to read this. I'm excited to read all of my books. Just assume when I pick up a book that I'm excited to read it. I then bought 4 other books at this festival because there was a mobile bookstore, and I bought books. This was a really good buy, I think, because they were all only £1. Like, I've got a book here that is 518 pages. 518 pages, and it was £1. £1. And that is The Ask and the Answer by Patrick Ness. I need to buy the other 2 because I've read the first one, but I borrowed it from my library. And I haven't read this one, and I haven't read the 3rd one. And I like this edition much more than I like the other edition. I think this is nicer. I think it's much nicer and looks so shiny. So I'm very, very excited to read this. Very, very excited. So, yay! I then bought a book I haven't read in about 7 years, but I did really enjoy it, and I've seen loads of it on Tumblr, and the film was really good. It's Holes by Louis Sancho. So good. I really enjoyed, like, I feel like if I'd have read this out of school I would have enjoyed it even more, because with school you weren't allowed to read ahead and you had to read it like 1 chapter at a time, and I find that really stressful. Like, I find it really stressful not being allowed to read ahead. But, so, I'm going to reread this because it was so good, and then I'm going to watch the movie because I quite enjoyed the movie of this book. And, so good. Again, only £1. I then bought 2 books that I have also already read, and I own several of the books in this series, but I didn't own these 2, and I thought it was important that I own them because I want to reread this series, and that is the Morganville Vampires books 3 and book 4, and I have books 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now, I believe, so I could start the series. I'm not going to because I've got a pile taller than me of books that I need to read, but I could start this series if I wanted to. 13 books in July, and it's only the 26th. So there's still time. A book that I didn't actually buy but won is that I won a copy of Everybody Sees the Ants by A.S. King from the Booktubeathon. So that'll be on its way. I won it in July. It probably won't arrive until August, but I won it in July. And look at this pile of amazingness. So excited about these books. So yeah, I will see you guys next time, and I'm so excited about reading all of these books. Bye. Look, flip flop, flip flop, flip flop. You can't make me!